Coons rebound to the Nighthawks, who are in transition. Eric Jones goes up for the slam. Nighthawks trying to beat the zone here by Georgia Southwestern as Champion gets the bucket down low. Much needed bucket up top to a wide open Greg Billups Jr. who nails it. Jordan out to White. White in the corner. It's pure. A.J. White from downtown. Tonight as A.J. White gets the bucket in transition. And those are too easy for A.J. White. Give him an open lane. He's taken that 100 times out of 100. In the corner now to Charles. Charles takes the three and he knocks it down. Ace Roach, who's checked into the game for the first time for North Georgia, and he hits the tough bucket in traffic. That will do it. The Nighthawks undefeated at home as their dominant season continues to roll on.
Live from the Convocation Center on the campus of the University of North Georgia, coverage of Nighthawk basketball is on the air. And good afternoon again, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, the Nighthawk Sports Network team here for the second half of our Peach Belt doubleheader featuring UNG and Flagler. North Georgia are atop the standings as we enter today's play. And Flagler, winners of 6 in a row in Peach Belt action. This a matchup that saw the first meeting go in favor of North Georgia earlier this season, but the rematch should be a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. We kind of escaped the ancient city down there earlier in our conference opener, able to just sneak out of there. I really think that the game came down to the last possession. Frank made a shot where he lost possession of it in front of our bench. They gambled a little bit on a steal, but he was able to get to the other side of the rim for a layup. Their shot at the buzzer fell short, but I tell you what, Coach Evans continues to talk about how good of a team Flagler is, by evidence of them going on the road, much like their female counterparts, and winning in Greenwood on Wednesday night. Tough place to win, a place that we lost by double digits. Flagler was able to sneak in and get a road W, 13 wins on the season. A team that matches up differently than most Peach Belt Conference teams and how they're going to guard us and the type of people that our players need to guard. It's going to be a little bit different matchup for us. So, but just like their female counterparts, they've been up in the North Georgia parts for a few days now, and how are they going to respond to, let's say, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days on the road together?
Teams are on the floor, and we're ready for action. Flagler starting Jax Bachnight, Tyler Collier, Destin Clark, Jalen Barr, and Malik Bryant. And the Nighthawks, A.J. White, Frank Champion, Greg Billups Jr., Eric Jones, and Caden Charles. The Nighthawks in their home white. And we are ready for action. The ball is in the air, and the tip controlled, as always, it seems, by the Nighthawks.
Eric Jones is tough to beat in a jump ball.
And a miscue there, but the ball tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Flagler.
We got extremely lucky there. We had guys on different wavelengths there on what set we were running, set one.
White between the circles. Now to the right side, A.J. At the hands of Billups. Now Caden Charles driving the lane off balance. No whistle. Flagler comes up with a loose ball. First touch for the Saints. Bachnight picks up the dribble. Away it goes to Bryant. Malik. Shot clock at 10. Three-pointer well off the mark, no good. Caden brings it up, long lead, tipped away and out of bounds by Collier.
Interesting to see. Like to see Flagler's got their names on the back of their jersey. That's the first time I've seen a team this year with their name on their jersey. I'll tell you what, I respect that. Number one, gives the kid a little bit of ownership and what the name, but also easier for people like us to remember.
And I appreciate
who it
that.
is, yeah.
Nice one-hander in the lane by A.J., and Nighthawks draw first blood here, 2-0. One of the few times we've actually been on schedule for the start of the men's game. The women's game went right on par. North Georgia winning by 10 in that one. Champion. Away to White. A.J. bounce pass right back to Frank in traffic. Good. And the foul.
Frank almost got tied up on the defensive rebound, so it took us a little bit while to get out in transition. But then we settled into side ball screen action with Frank Champion and A.J. White over there, and Saints didn't do a really good job of defending it. A.J. was able to just slide a ball through the pocket there and get Frank the space that he needs to get one-on-one with a defender around the rim, which he's going to win 9 out of 10 times. So good start to the Nighthawks, or for the Nighthawks.
5-0. Ball tipped away again by Collier. He has been right in the middle of the passing lane a couple of times so far. We played 2 minutes here in Dahlonega. Champion backing in on Clark, makes room and scores.
So if they're going to choose to not bring the double team, he caught it with 1 foot outside of the three-point line with his back to the basket. So the post up was 20 feet away from the basket. He took like 7 dribbles to back his way in. Never brought a second help defender.
That's not a winning formula.
Yeah, they're going to want to potentially reconsider that defensive strategy. I do know that doubling can be effective, but you got to definitely be practiced at it.
Right.
You got to at least stun a little bit harder to try to get him to pass it. But if he's able just to back you down, regardless of the size differential, that's going to bode well for the Nighthawks over a 40-minute.
And Frank just kept taking another step.
Yeah.
All the way into the paint. First point of the day for the Saints. And the foul shot by Destin Clark. 7-1. 17:35 to go, first half. Jones from the elbow, left side, good!
He likes him some elbow jumper.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, it is. Almost like a free throw to him.
Yep. Clark working the left side, backs in. Underneath, nothing doing. Loose ball into the hands of Champion. Frank sort of kicked that one to Jones. Now Caden Charles, they're going to call a travel. Just didn't collect it cleanly. Nighthawks sort of fortunate with that kicked ball.
Yeah.
Going into the hands of Jones, who got it to Caden for the opportunity.
Just like we didn't deserve a shot there.
Bach Knight. Away to Bryant. Long three, up and good, touching barely the net from Bach Knight. (9-4) your score. Jones tries to answer, no good. Champion the rebound in the middle of 2. Flagler Saints fakes, shoots, and gets the basket. Nice awareness.
Yeah, it's like a perimeter offensive rebound. You don't see that from Big Frank very often.
In traffic. Bach Knight fakes the 3, now takes the 3. This one no good. Rebound to Charles.
It's an odd possession for Flagler. They passed up like 6 open shots.
A hesitance as Frank is charged with a travel. Certainly by Kyle Young, did not want to take the shot. Timeout on the floor, though, stops the clock. 15:57 to go in the first half. It's North Georgia 11, Flagler 4. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
North Georgia with a 7-0 run out of the blocks, leads 11-4, just inside 16 minutes to go first half. Flagler with the ball. Bach Knight away to Barr. Now back in the hands of Young. Bach Knight will reset. 13 on the shot clock. Sutton Smith in for the Nighthawks. Young again. Now he'll take the shot. Probably understand why he wouldn't. Frank saved it, but right to the Saints. Boy, nice battle for the rebound by Bastianoni. Giancarlo just got in there and willed himself to that rebound. Caden Charles, 17-footer around the rim and out.
Bach Knight, local kid, Blessed Trinity Catholic down in Alpharetta.
North Georgia ball. Case Roach hustles over and gets checked in. He'll replace Billups. Champion inbounds to Smith. And we're back to action. Inside 15 minutes here in half number one. Roach fakes the three, now gives it to Caden Charles. Down the lane, twisting, turning, no good.
Good to see Caden get at the rim there. That was all set up by a great shot by shot fake by Case Roach. Shot fake, got the defender in the air, and then allowed us to play 4-on-5 on the interior. Didn't come away with points there, but fundamental basketball is what breaks an offense down.
A travel by Jalen Barr, turning it over. Champion given room, loosely guarded. Smith gives it right back. Hook shot up, good!
It's able just to kind of just quick burst movement, keeps the shot, keeps the defender unable to gather and challenge. He's just so quick with his shoulder tucks and dribbles and change of direction.
Three-point effort, no good. Loose ball, tipped again. Champion battling for it, comes away. 9 points for Frank so far. It's 13-4 North Georgia. Through traffic, shot blocked, but Frank gets it back. Smith, the left-handed three, yes!
Great effort by Frank there. Got his shot blocked, but was able to keep the play alive.
Nighthawks by a dozen. Mason Manning with the ball. Freshman out of Jackson, Mississippi. Bach Knight drives the left side. Now a long three for Kyle Young. It goes. The transfer from Siena College makes it 16-7. Around the champion high post, dumps it to Bastianoni, who is fouled by a man with the best name on the court today.
What is it?
Boom Reeves.
B-O-O-M?
B-O-O-M.
I love it. High five to his parents.
Sophomore from Pittsburgh, PA.
That is super cool.
Chase champion on the floor for the Nighthawks. Roach to Bastianoni. Giancarlo with 8 to shoot. Puts it up. 17-footer. Lingered but would not fall. Young. Boy, in traffic. Wouldn't go. Fighting for it. Look at that.
Wow.
My goodness.
That is great effort on behalf of both teams there. Young from Flagler, Bastianoni from North Georgia, Champion from North Georgia, just a bunch of dudes that want the basketball. That's refreshing to see.
Young listed at 6'9". I think that may be a conservative estimate. Bryant, nothing there. Now a 3 left side, wouldn't go, loose ball. Nighthawks have it. Hook shot, no good.
Tough shot there.
Young, an NBA 3, high off the iron and over the top of the backboard. Timeout, 11:39 to go in the ball game. North Georgia on top, 16-7 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Considering a career change? Ready to lead in healthcare? Be a nurse in 15 months with our accelerated Bachelor's of Nursing track. Learn more at ung.edu/ABSN.
And we're back to action. North Georgia with the ball and a 16-7 lead. White to Bastianoni. Giancarlo right back to AJ. Straightaway 3, just shy. Loose ball scramble, and the Saints have it. Three left side, no good for Figueroa. But the follow will go. Ball knocked free, out of bounds. It will stay North Georgia ball. Collier has been everywhere in the passing lane in the first 11 minutes and change of this contest.
Extremely active.
Wow. Jones, top of the key, away to Billups. Greg stops, puts it up just inside the foul line and hits. And that breaks a 5-0 run by Flagler. Manning, bounce pass to Clark, up, no good. A foul inside. Colin Turner out there for the Nighthawks. Coach Evans asking for some clarification. Up and good for Clark. Foul was given to Jones, by the way. Clark, a 79% free throw shooter. Got them both. Billups, guarded by Bryant. Lost the handle. Diving for it, but Flagler's going to keep it.
First to the floor. Good things always happen for the team that's first to the floor.
Long three, Bryant, no good. And the ball goes, into the hands of White. I know he thought it was out of bounds. AJ through traffic. Fakes, shoots, wouldn't go. Nice scramble for the loose ball. Bounce pass to Big C. A lot of traffic. Jones the rebound. Goodness gracious, what a possession. Tied up at midcourt. Coach Evans out on the floor in disbelief. How many times did that ball go back and forth?
I think it went over the timeline 3 times. I think what Coach Evans is arguing is that there was Flagler possession here.
It should have been over and back?
Maybe, but Flagler's basket is that way. So I don't understand. Regardless, it was disconnected with stuff moving all over the place. Nobody could really gather it, but it also means that there's a lot of dudes that are playing extremely hard.
I love the way Coach Evans illustrates his point visually as he is conversing with. It's not just talking to the official. He is illustrating.
And he's getting an explanation. There was an explanation, too, now. So.
On the floor now for the Saints, number 3, Spencer Bain. Clark in traffic to Collier. Long three is short. Rebound by Mr. Jones.
6 whatever, plays like he's 6'9", the way he jumps.
AJ back to Jones, takes the three, would not go. Turner tips it to White, who could not control it on the sideline.
Good idea by Colin there. Wasn't able to collect the offensive rebound, but tried to tip it out. And AJ, I think, was trying to peek up as to what he was going to do on the catch and where the defense was at before he secured the ball.
Inside 9 minutes to go. Bain to Bryant. Now Clark. Shot clock at 10. Bain to Collier. 5, 4. Now Bryant with 3, 2 in traffic, just beating the shot clock.
That's nice poise there. Flagler cut it down to 5. 8:34 to play. Got a skinny shot clock there. I thought they were going to throw up a desperation 3, but had the poise to drive and get a shot up out of the paint or in the middle of the paint.
The Nighthawks had been able to keep them out of the paint. Oh, goodness. Miscue there. And the turnover. Bastianoni replacing Turner. Flagler will have the ball. They'll inbound it in front of the bench. And Coach Blake Selland. Manning to Clark. Manning lost his footing, gets it back in traffic, up, no good, but a foul called. Given to AJ. And we'll send Manning to the line. Manning attended First Love Christian Academy in Jackson, Mississippi. And 1 of 2. Makes him 7 of 12 on the year from the line. 4-point ball game. AJ leaves it for Frank. Giancarlo with the shot. Boy, it was tantalizingly close.
Nice awareness by Frank there to be able to pass off the dribble after Giancarlo had flashed right there to the middle of the paint.
Young backs Giancarlo in and gets the bucket, and it's a 2-point game.
Young did not start for them, right? But he is playing with starter energy right now for sure.
What was a 12-point lead is but 2. AJ answers.
That's like a layup for AJ White right there. Loves the full-speed pull-up from the elbow.
That breaks a 7-0 run by Flagler. Boy, Caden nearly came up with the takeaway.
Caden does such a good job of moving his feet laterally.
Right.
And then just doesn't put his hands on the defender, but just uses his chest. He doesn't lean on defenders, but he moves and uses contact at the right time.
Frank lost the handle. Manning takes it in for the easy layup. Roach away to Caden. Now Giancarlo on the baseline, backs in on Clark, makes himself some room, zips the pass to Roach. Shot clock at 12. Now Champion. Bastianoni from the elbow, wouldn't go. He's had some good looks, but just hadn't gotten him to drop.
I think Flagler is going to settle with us when the ball goes in, and if it comes out with a jump shot, like right there, it's a Giancarlo 17-foot jump shot. I think that the way Flagler is defending us, that's something that looks like they're going to live with.
And Young getting position and the bucket, and we are tied. 5:45 to go until halftime. Knotted at 20. Charles bounces it off his foot, collects it. Caden down the lane. Wouldn't go. I'll get another shot at it. Champion on Young. Left hand, no good. Giancarlo with the follow.
There we go. Offensive rebounding is about effort. A lot of times when your best player takes off to get offense, players will just watch.
Right.
And Giancarlo did a good job of pursuing and just first players to dive to the floor and first players that are run and get offensive rebounds always create winning opportunities.
Clark gave himself a winning opportunity on that possession. Getting it past Frank. AJ with the floater. And the lead seesaws back to the Nighthawks. 4:44 to go. Whistle stops the clock. Was there a timeout called? Must have been.
I don't know.
So it is a timeout with 4:43 and North Georgia up by 2. Stay with us. Back in a moment. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here. That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatments save more hearts than anywhere in Georgia.
My baby girl is home.
Georgia Heart Institute.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama like? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God. There it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
7-0 run to start the game by North Georgia. 7-0 run just a couple of minutes ago by Flagler. Back and forth we've gone the last minute, with the Nighthawks on top now by a bucket. Flagler with the ball.
Exactly what you would expect, and that is a very physical, well-defended conference basketball game in February.
Saints with the ball. Young pulls the trigger on a three, but an offensive board gives them another shot. Figueroa with the ball. Omar into the lane, off balance, no good. Rebound to Champion. Frank with his 7th rebound. He could have a double-double by halftime. Billups, three, right side.
So defensive rebounding by Frank leads to a tough matchup in transition offensively. Didn't have to make a pass. The only pass was an assisted basket to a rhythm three.
Figueroa, corner three, high off the iron, no good. Charles, the rebound. Caden. Boy, tightly defended, drives and is fouled by Bachnight. I mean, he was just riding Caden's shoulder the entire drive. Another timeout on the floor, 3:45 to go. And it's North Georgia 27, Flagler 22. Back in a minute. You're watching the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Considering a career change? Ready to lead in healthcare? Be a nurse in 15 months with our accelerated Bachelor's of Nursing track. Learn more at ung.edu/ABSN.
Love it when people get to where they're going with a sense of purpose. And Caden Charles, coming out of that timeout, strode to the line in preparation for these foul shots with a sense of purpose.
Yeah, he's turned into like a guy that is trying to get 8 foul shots a game.
Yep.
Like he's scored kind of above his pay grade in the last month or so. Yep. Offensive pay grade of what we expected. Yep. But he's not done it by hitting a bunch of threes. He's done it by driving, playing through contact, and scoring, and then when he gets fouled, making his free throws.
Bachnight, bucket in traffic. I beg your pardon. Give that one to Figueroa. Beg your pardon. 28-24. A.J. White with the ball. To the right side. Stops. He was able to.
If he had thrown it at the rim, he would have had 3 free throws.
And that's I thought that's what he was going to do.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do with the shot fake, to be honest. He knew that the defender was just a little too much in his space, and that any sort of a shot fake was going to lift him off of his feet.
Billups. Now away to Jones. Back to Gregg. The feed to Champion. Baseline, right side. Backs in on Clark. Backs in further. Fakes. Collects. Shoots. No good.
The Saints yielded a a good defensive result by not doubling and just letting Frank play one-on-one. So it may be predicated on who the defender is at the time
that
as
he's
well.
matched up with. Oh, a nice running bucket there for Figueroa. 2 baskets in a row by Omar, and it's a 2-point ball game. Nighthawks on top. Giancarlo to AJ to Champion. Now Billups, right side, takes a 3. It's up, a little shy. 2:02 to go, first half. Nighthawks by a bucket. Bryant, way to Figueroa, tries for 3 in a row, no good. Oh, at the other end, A.J. White.
Different gear when he wants to get at the rim, and then when he starts changing direction, he becomes near impossible to hem up in transition. Straight line drive is easier to guard. It's that change of direction in transition that is really hard to defend.
Billups in traffic. And it's 32-26. Great play at both ends of the floor for North Georgia in the first half. Clark nearly lost the handle, down to Figueroa. Omar from the left elbow, no good. Rebound Jones.
Our guard defenders do such a good job of not fouling the driver.
Right.
They just move their feet, keep their base about them, and then challenge the shot with a high hand.
Brang moves into double digits. 11 points now. 8 rebounds. 34-26. Clark launches a 3, and it's good. 34-29. Timeout on the floor. 35.7. And a 30-second timeout will keep it right here. You know, you talked about it, the back and forth, the evenness of play. That, I think, is part of the beauty of the Peach Belt Conference this season.
Yeah, we talked about it in the women's game, you know, that there's really not a threshold yet, and I think that's definitely the case with the men's race.
Yep.
You know, that I think that there is some people, North Georgia being one of them, that are kind of separating a little bit. Nighthawks in sole possession with 1 loss, but there's a pack of, it's not just like 3 teams, there's a pack of like 6 teams next that are that can create havoc. And I think that when you can go and own road wins, I think at the end of the day it's going to help when all this shakes out. Nighthawks just in the last week have picked up a road win at Augusta, at Aiken, first time in a long time, maybe ever, that we've won at those places in the same season, much less in the same week.
Nighthawks with the ball. Charles to Champion. 17 seconds left. Difference of 5 seconds in the shot clock and the game clock. Oh. Billups charged with a foul, and that will give the ball to Flagler for the last shot if they so desire. Chase Champion and Giancarlo Bastianoni checking in. Clock rolls. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Nighthawks up by 5. Flagler with the ball. Bryant to Manning, a 3-pointer, no good. Now the Nighthawks can take a shot with 2. Champion heaves it the length of the floor, just off line, and we are at the half. North Georgia 34, Flagler 29. First impressions of this first half.
Peach Belt Conference basketball that you would expect in February. Physical, a lot of contact, cleanly played, well defended. A little bit more space for Frank Champion than I expected in the first half. 11 points, 9 rebounds. 1 carom away from a double-double already. They're not sending a double team, but I think that Flagler is not showing the road weariness that their women showed in the first game.
Right.
They are they've settled into their game plan. They're attacking the rim with conviction, and I think it's going to be a very interesting 20 minutes.
No doubt. We will take a break. When we resurface, we will have digested the box scores from the first half and have a look at those numbers. It's North Georgia 34, Flagler 29. Back with the halftime after this on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Here in Dahlonega, we treasure our history.
We treasure our waterfalls.
We treasure our wine.
But most of all, we treasure our guests.
We are a family.
We treasure our community.
And we're an experience for you to discover.
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 The heart of the Georgia mountains.
The heart of the Georgia mountains.
Discover the heart of the Georgia mountains.
The mountains are open.
My name is Lana Titterina, and UNG is where I lead. I chose UNG because of the tennis program and how much the tennis program has achieved in the past. And I wanted to be a part of building a good team. But also the campus is very beautiful, the location. It has the new business building that I really like, and when I did my research, I really liked Dahlonega in Georgia. So one of the biggest challenges that I faced was coming here and not knowing anyone. I didn't know how the culture was and how to really approach people. And being new and not knowing anyone can be tough in the beginning. So you have to really put yourself out there and make connections, talk to people. So that's where I feel like I've grown a lot, and I've gotten to know a lot of people here, and that has helped my experience. My advice for international students would be just go for it. It may be tough in the beginning, but it's all going to be worth it at the end. You're going to meet amazing people. It's really fun, and you get a very good degree. I'm here!
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state. That's why we're here.
I'm here.
So you'll always be there. The future of heart care, we're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
From the moment you know where you are headed, it starts a journey that you will never forget. For those who seek a higher calling, to serve something bigger than themselves and take the path less traveled, UNG awaits to prepare you for your leadership pathway. Once you're here, you will be challenged and developed, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Freshman Recruit Orientation Group, or Frog Week, is the first step of the UNG journey. The commitment, the attitude, the effort, and the resilience take shape as you move forward on the pathway that most will never attempt.
Y'all got 2 minutes to change into OCPs. Time now. Let's go. Move it. Move it.
It is a process that teaches you about yourself and makes you better than you were yesterday. At times, it can be a struggle, but it's also an investment in yourself. Like life, it can create moments of doubt. You learn about yourself and your strengths and weaknesses. You share this journey with the men and women to your left and right, establishing lifelong bonds with the understanding that nothing worth having ever comes easy. But through adversity, you build strength, determination, and the desire to never quit. Frog Week will establish a foundation to build upon, strengthen you physically and mentally, and start shaping you into the leader you came here to be. For cadets at the University of North Georgia, they take the road less traveled, avoid taking the easy way out, and develop instrumental values that will prepare them for a life of service and leadership. Some people talk about it, others are about it.
You can't really get an idea of how another country runs their military till you go abroad.
It was cool to see their outlook on just life in general. To be there as a global ambassador is definitely a life-changing experience.
I participated in the Management College National Defense University Cadet Exchange. That is located in Taipei, Taiwan.
So I participated in study abroad internship in country of Georgia. The program I participated in was the Swiss Summer Mountaineering course. The experience was extremely professional. There were people from different militaries across the world. I was training with soldiers that were once our adversaries. It's fun to notice the importance of diplomatic relations and also civil affairs through the military.
The host school was always really going out of their way to help us get the full cultural experience because we were, in their eyes, only going to be there for 5 months.
They drove us out and we hiked to a glacier. That was unique, especially coming from Tennessee. There's no ice walls to climb. Their native language of Georgian was very difficult. However, at the end, I gave a little speech in Georgian, thanking their academy. It was an eye-opening experience. One thing I learned in Switzerland was to try and enjoy everything that you're doing, no matter how challenging it is.
Being able to see the country of your target language in person and really living day to day can move your passion to continue learning the language that much further.
All the conferences, all the internship, and all the exchange programs will help you as you develop, not just as a soldier, but also as a person. I think everybody in the Corps should study abroad because it will develop them so much.
If you have a free semester, it's the perfect time to explore a country. There's really not much holding you back in terms of whether or not you should go. It's a great experience.
I got extremely valuable training and just an overall incredible life experience that I wouldn't have gotten going to any other school. And it was the opportunity of a lifetime.
to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama like? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead.
North Georgia by 5 in the battle against Flagler. The Saints shooting only 16% beyond the arc thus far, 3 of 18. The Nighthawks 33%, 2 of 6, and from the floor as a whole, 47%. Frank Champion just 1 rebound away from a double-double here at the half, and the Nighthawks with an advantage on the glass of 6 rebounds. Your thoughts as you look at the numbers?
Yeah, I think what you just alluded to, the +6 on the glass tells me that a lot of Flagler's points are coming from, their shots are coming from away from the basket, which create longer rebounds, and then we're just winning those loose balls. They've got a lot, their bigs are taking it, making post moves at the rim, and then outside of that, it's a lot of kind of drive and kick. They've shot 18 threes in the first half, only made 3 of them. That is a three-point percentage of about 17%. Similar to the women's game, I fully expect some of those threes to, they're not going to shoot 16% for the game. So at quick glance, I think it's just what you expect for conference basketball. I think like in most games, there's going to become a series, a segment here in the next 20 minutes where the game gets really fast. Right. Where like there's a lot of points scored in a flurry. And is North Georgia going to own that, or is Flagler going to own that? You know, aside from North Georgia having that early advantage of 12 points, our biggest lead, 13 minutes to go. We're not the team that kind of scores in flurries and stretches it out big. We're the type of team that just strangles you defensively, and being up 12 feels like they're up 22. Yep. And so can we get back up 12 and really take control of the game, or is Flagler going to score in a flurry and really, because we've led from the wire. Right. We scored the first 6 or 7 points, I believe, right? Yep. And Flagler, I believe they tied it at 20 or 22 all. Outside of that, we've never trailed. And so can Flagler string it together enough against a really sound defense to get ahead, and then does that change how we play? Or can we stretch it back to 12, 14, 15, which then becomes a test for us because we feel like we've got great control of the game, but can we at that point continue to make team decisions? I've seen us up 12 or 14 before, and we get loose. Right, we play a little too free in transition. Right. We shoot a little too quickly. And so I think that's where we're at. I think Flagler is a really good team. I think that they pose a matchup with the skill of their bigs, their athleticism of their wings, and their ability to shoot it. And so North Georgia, I think, the first until the first media timeout, let's call it a 0-0 game right now. Let's see who wins the first media timeout. Let's see if Flagler can close or North Georgia can stretch.
Have you been surprised by your observation early in the ball game that the Saints were opting not to automatically double Frank Champion?
A little bit. Like, I obviously didn't watch any tape on Flagler, so I don't know like what their defensive beliefs and core beliefs are. But I know that their bigs are big, right? And I know that their bigs are strong. And I think that saying, look, Frank's good, but he doesn't. Our dude is just as good defensively, and it doesn't warrant us bringing a second player and forcing rotation. I think that's a tip of the cap to them to say, hey, look, I think our bigs can manage this assignment. And aside from the one play where he caught it 20 feet out, back down, and scored a layup, it's been pretty effective on the post touches. Where I have seen us be efficient is on when they haven't doubled. He's turned and attacked the rim, forced the rotation, and then we've made the jump shot.
And the second half is underway. Glad that you've joined us. 34-29 Nighthawks, and a turnover on that opening possession of the second half by North Georgia. Flagler with the ball. Bach Knight, way to Clark. Back to Bach Knight. Three-point effort is no good. Scramble for the loose ball. And again, for the umpteenth time, Collier right there in the middle of it. And hats off to Billups for going into the Blue Crew seats in his attempt to save that ball.
I thought that was out on us. I don't know.
Last touch by Collier, evidently.
Chaos on the sideline there.
Jones to Charles in the corner, drives, tried to get it back to Eric, but nothing doing. Stolen by Bach Knight.
Almost stolen back by Caden Charles there. I wonder what his statistic is on the play after he has a turnover. Does he steal it back? He's got an uncanny ability to do that.
Three from the corner by Collier makes it 34-32. First bucket of the second half. Caden Charles to Champion, top of the key. White back to Champion, drives, kicks. Open three by Billups is a little shy, but Champion, the rebound, lost the handle, got it back, double teamed. Bounce pass to AJ, launches a three, it's good! And that for AJ gives him now 8. Beg your pardon, they hadn't put it up yet. He's now in double digits with 11.
And Frank went ahead and capped the double-double with that rebound. A little disconnected possession for North Georgia, but ended up with a points yield.
Collier tries for another three and gets it, rattles it home. Collier, the senior from Fayetteville, PA. AJ getting the ball back, kicks it over to Charles, fakes, takes the 17-footer, no good. Flagler a chance to tie, ball knocked away, and it will be Flagler ball.
Great defense by Greg Billups right there. Had the offender getting at his chest in transition. He didn't foul, but did a great swipe down and killed the transition and got us reset into the half court.
Bryant drives and draws contact from Caden Charles. Flagler with the ball. Bryant driving, shooting, no good. Offensive board, loose ball. AJ has it knocked away. It's going to be North Georgia with the ball.
We got lucky there because when he threw it off of our leg, could have been interpreted as a kick ball.
Yep.
Flagler asking to review it. Not, albeit maybe not the right call, but you can't request a review.
Champion in the corner. Frank has it knocked away and stolen by Barr. Now Clark. Clark zips it over to Barr. Now Bach Knight. Foul called. Stops the clock. 16-13 to go in the ball game. Clark is listed as 6'3", 210. I think he might be a bit more than 210. Looks like he could be a linebacker in the NFL.
Yeah, maybe be bigger than 6'3".
Yeah.
A lot of guys, that's a testament to how hard they play.
Yeah.
Because normally their vitals or whatever are correct. It's just it seems bigger.
Right. Bach Knight to tie it up. And does. 37 all. So thus far in the first 4 minutes, it's been Flagler that's won. Getting back that 5-point deficit from halftime. Roach to Jones. Eric launches a three left side. It's good. Mr. Jones said enough of this foolishness.
Yeah.
Shot up, no good. Jones the rebound, outlet to AJ. Here come the Nighthawks in a hurry. Caden Charles. Oh, the circus shot would not drop, but they would get another shot at it.
Caden was a crazy play in transition there. Thinks that he got fouled, but he's tried so hard over the last month to get to the free throw line, and he can't get to the free throw line.
Your score 39-37, North Georgia on top, 15:38 to go in the ball game. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Teams back on the floor. 39-37. That last bucket by Jones, tantalizingly close to being a 3-point shot. Nighthawks have it, looking to stretch out their advantage. AJ around a nice screen from Mr. Jones. Launches a three. It's good. That one's a three.
It was? Yep, sure was.
That one's a three. 42-37.
Twice Flagler has tied it up, but not able quite to crest.
In traffic, Clark no good. Whistle. Bodies flying, both Roach and Barr on the floor. Or Bain, rather. Foul's the second on Eric.
Is the foul on the drive or the rebound?
I think it had to have been because Clark was not.
He wasn't the driver, was he? Or was he? I don't know.
Well, he didn't wind up on the floor, but he must have been the driver.
Yeah.
Clark makes the first. So Young checks back in. Bastanoni does so for North Georgia. Second one coming for Clark. It's up and no good. Rebound Giancarlo. Stripped away, though, by Bach Knight. Goodness gracious.
It's a heads-up play.
Bach Knight gets it over to Bryant. Young turns, shoots, and scores. 2-point ball game.
Nice matchup, or advantageous matchup for Flagler there. Asking for the double, didn't come, came a little too late.
AJ through traffic, tried to get it to Giancarlo. Out of bounds, last touch by Clark. Man, that was a deft feed to Giancarlo.
Both teams are doing a good job of on high ball screens of not just letting the interchange happen. There's Caden getting to the free throw line.
Mr. Charles said it's time to correct that.
The defender of the screener is jumping up into the play,
right,
and forcing. You're not getting downhill easily. It's even happening on dribble handoffs. So it's not just letting the handoff happen. The receiver is jumping up out there and causing chaos. Speaking of chaos, Caden finally driving into contact at the rim, playing through it and getting to the free throw line.
And completing the three-point play.
Flagler had again tied it, right?
Yeah. Back on the floor for Flagler, Omar Figueroa out of Carolina, Puerto Rico.
We're having a tough time matching. I don't know if we want Eric Jones
hook shot,
young or not, but worked on that possession for us.
Just a little long with the hook. Jones, top of the key, over to Roach, right side. Case, one dribble, now to Giancarlo. Feeds AJ. White through traffic, stops, nothing there. Double team, now shoots, and gets the roll. 47-40. Ball out of bounds to North Georgia. What a shot by AJ.
Yeah, like he had went in, played off two, which you want players to do, was pivoting out. The defender went out with him, so he just pivoted back to the basket and had a free lane there. So I think anytime you can get into the paint or get around the rim and play off two, and then don't freak out. Don't say, oh, no, let me throw it out. And just AJ just pivoted a couple times and got him a basket.
AJ had that one blocked, but a foul on Manning. AJ to the line. Trying to expand that 7-point advantage, and does. On the season, 86% at the line. Barr checks out. Bain is in. AJ got them both. Sutton Smith gives AJ a breather. Another 7-0 run by North Georgia. And a steal, champion, and taken right back.
Tell you what Flagler does such a good job of is cutting under. So they will like just run a defender right under a player and knock the dribble away.
Case drives, kicks. Chase Champion to Frank Champion to Case Roach. Frank matched up on Young. Backs in on the big guy, knocked away. And Chase Champion steals it.
Such active hands on defense right now.
Frank zips it over. Sutton Smith drives, stops, contact. Out of bounds to North Georgia. Collier replacing Young. The lob comes in to Frank. Roach, three, left side, high off the iron, no good.
Good.
49-42, go ahead.
Good to see a long miss for a three.
Yeah. Champion drive, shoots, blocked by Collier, and Flagler comes away with it. Bain to Collier, zips into the corner to Figueroa, 3. And it's 49-45, 11:58 to go, timeout on the floor. And we will take it. North Georgia 49, Flagler 45 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Considering a career change? Ready to lead in healthcare? Be a nurse in 15 months with our accelerated Bachelor's of Nursing track. Learn more at ung.edu/ABSN.
We are at just inside the 12-minute mark, second half. Great matchup here in the Peach Belt. North Georgia clinging to a 4-point lead. 49-45. Smith away to Charles. Now Bastianoni. Back to Caden. And Collier steps into the passing lane yet again.
Getting at that. Flagler's doing a really good job of being active defensively.
Collier away to Bain. Shot clock at 8. Back to Collier. Fakes the 3. Tipped to Bain. No good. Rebound Giancarlo. Collier just slipped as he was trying to.
Fortunate there. The loose ball actually created an advantage for Flagler, and a catch and shoot 3 by Bain. Went halfway down.
Caden Charles from the foul line. No good.
Got to be a foul on Flagler right there.
Yep. That is Collier. Time out of the floor, 10:49 to go in the ball game. It's still 49-45 North Georgia. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
It's a battle here in Dahlonega. Flagler not going away.
Absolutely not. It's a good basketball team. They've got a unique characteristic in the league, is that they are able to shoot it at a rate that is extremely efficient, makes you extend your defense out beyond the perimeter, and then that just gives space for these two, this double-headed, these two bigs that they've got that are just extremely hard to guard.
And Figueroa called for the hip check on A.J. White. Frank Champion still looking for his first points of the second half.
I'm pretty sure he's going to get them. Just a matter of time.
So you're saying I should not be concerned?
I mean, I hope it doesn't take a long time.
And they'll return the foul call on A.J., sending it the other way. Manning brings it across half court. Collier. Long three. Omar, no good, but an offensive board to Collier. Figueroa had that one go down, but come right back out. Not sure how that didn't finish. Chase Champion running the floor.
Credit Giancarlo right there, not in a position to get a defensive rebound, but intentionally tipped it out to one of his teammates. It's a heads-up play there that really ignited the transition for the Nighthawks.
Manning had it blocked. Here comes Caden Charles. Might have been fouled by Barr. He drives, lost the handle. Now the whistle. Let's see who they're going to give it to. It will go against Bain.
Yep.
Clock stopped 9:46, so just more than halfway through the second half of this ball game. 6-point lead.
Why is that not shots?
Thought it would have been. Billups. Bounce pass to Mr. Jones. Works on Collier. Fadeaway jumper. Wouldn't go.
Again, I think that's something that Flagler is okay with us taking.
Right. Collier guarded by Champion. Away it goes to Manning. Now Barr in the lane. That's a charge. Nope. That's going to go on Billups.
That's 100% Greg Billups being in the right spot.
Coach Evans looking for clarification.
He's getting it.
Both he and the lead official, the crew chief, Young zips it out to Bain. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Mr. Jones. Caden Charles, no good. Here comes Clark. The feed to Young off the glass, too hard. Here come the Nighthawks. Champion zips it over. Caden Charles, I think it was intended for Chase. The foul on Clark. That is the first on Destin.
I don't think that pass was intended for Caden.
I thought it was going to Chase.
I think it was.
Caden and taking advantage of the opportunity at the line. Bain checks out. One of two at the line. 52-45, 8:37 to go.
A zone look by the Nighthawks here, a 1-2-2, 3-2, whatever you want to call it. Just making them change their pace, change their rhythm.
That one way off the mark. Ball tipped, and it's going to be North Georgia ball. I think we might have gotten one there.
I think that the ball was not out on us, but there was a foul on Flagler.
Oh, so there was a foul call.
No, there was not. I thought that was just the easier definition, is just to give us the ball.
And so we've got foul shots. 8:03 left. AJ to the line. 7-point lead. North Georgia looking to stay alone atop the Peach Belt standings. And now we got a conference here among the officials. And AJ wants to hear what's being talked about, so he's right in the middle of the huddle.
So the action was a ball screen that AJ went around and got into the help defender, just threw it up. So the question was the foul on the screener or the foul on AJ as the shooter?
Bingo. And so that will be determined in the review. First time we've had a review today.
Yeah. An approved review.
An approved review.
We wanted they wanted a review earlier.
None was forthcoming then.
It's like a red flag in your sock
That's
at
right.
an NFL game. Yeah. No, it's regardless, UNG will be shooting free throws.
Yep.
It would make more sense that it would be the non-shooter shooting free throws in a one-on-one situation, because if
otherwise,
AJ were shooting free throws, he should be shooting 2 or 3.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. So 8:03 to go in the ball game. And so the review still underway. I think they're probably close to a decision. You know, it's funny, we really haven't had a lot of reviews this season overall.
I think when it first became a part of Division II basketball, it was a cool thing to do. You know, you see it on TV a lot.
Right.
But now I think it slows the game down.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Now, the component of getting it right is important.
Sure.
I want to make sure that the game is officiated and played correctly. But the fact that we don't go to it quite as much is pretty cool.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So it is going to be AJ at the line. And it will be one-on-one opportunity for AJ. And he has earned the second. One more coming. AJ looking for his 20th point. And he has it. Nine-point advantage. Inside 8 minutes to go. North Georgia 54-45. Bryant. Oh, goodness, off the hands of Barr, who was looking at his target before he caught the ball. And a timeout on the floor, 7:47 to go It's the Nighthawks by 9 right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. So with the under 8 media timeout under our belts, 9-point advantage. Flagler, a team that has shown the ability to hit some shots beyond the arc with great precision. I don't know that you get comfortable with this until you're down inside about 10 seconds left in the ball game. Nighthawks have possession. AJ guarded by Barr. The feed to Champion. Oh, goodness. There was indecision on that call. It was on the cusp of being the block, then given as a charge.
Oh, man.
Bach Knight away to Clark. Pass knocked away, and finally, it's going to be a reach in on Barr, fouling Caden Charles.
Caden is a defensive chaos machine. Like, he is always creating havoc.
And again, with purpose, to the foul line.
And he knows that, hey, look, I need to shoot 8 of these things a game, and I haven't shot enough. Let's see take a quick peek at where he's at.
I'm guessing 5 or 6-ish.
Free throw. 3 of 5 before these two.
And nicely done, Mr. Charles.
So we talked about at the break, Craig, what was going to happen was Flagler going to flurry offensively, which they did a little bit of, tied it once or twice. Or was North Georgia's defense going to strangle? And 10 points here, almost getting close to a double-digit lead here. Not something that we've had for a while.
Collier away to Clark. 6-0 run by the Nighthawks. Clark hits there and draws contact. Clark gets that one. And it's 55-48. Full court press. White away to Charles. Caden will bring it up himself. Now to Jones. Eric. Away to Caden. Now Chase feeds his brother Frank. Back to Charles, the running one-hander, no good. Tipped again. Flagler with the ball. Collier.
Good defense by AJ there. Offensive.
Goodness. Got away with one.
And just like that, it goes from 10 to a 2-possession game.
Yep. Champion out front. Backdoor cut, AJ, nothing there. Collier steps in to defend. Oh. A lot of contact from Barr. I finally figured out who Collier reminds me of. Not a basketball player. You remember the former Army guy who became a painter on PBS, Bob Ross?
He does look like a grown man version of him.
Version of Bob Ross. If you want a tree right here, you put a tree.
Talented guy in his own right.
Absolutely. Made a mint, and his estate is still making a mint.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Man, we can't make 2 free throws. Always make 1 or 2.
Tough sledding at the line. 5:50 and counting. 56-50. North Georgia on top. Figueroa to Collier. Long three. No good. Flagler saves it. Goodness. Figueroa now with 12. And it's a one-possession game. .5:10 to go in the ball game. Champion backs in on Clark. Nothing there. Caden Charles for 3.
There's Caden. There's Caden.
Oh, let the man do his thing.
I'm telling you, he just jumps into space. He just doesn't let handoffs happen. He doesn't let ball screens happen. He doesn't let people pass off the dribble one-handed.
There's an interesting conversation going on here, and I'm not sure exactly what the topic of conversation is between Frank Champion and the crew chief. But it was animated.
Yeah, I think delay a game on the ball going down to the other end of the floor. So Caden, after he got the foul/steal, was headed the other way, and so he was going that way anyway. And then I guess it took too long to get the ball back down and play. But albeit he created contact there defensively, you got to tip your hat to the fact that he is just jumping like a simple handoff. He just jumps in there and makes it hard.
Champion will drive. That one is going to be a blocking foul. We're going to wave off the bucket. That will be on Bachknight. And that is the 4th on Bachknight.
A little bit of foul trouble then. Greg Billups has also got 4 for us over there on the bench.
That one no good for Chase, or for Frank rather. Jones back in. Bastianoni out. Second for Frank, good.
First point of the second half.
Wow.
4 minutes, 42 seconds. Never thought it was going to take that long. I did say it would be coming, but didn't think it would take 15-plus minutes to get to.
Let's see if he can add a couple more. Collier to Clark, guarded by Jones. Nothing doing. Oh, and who's there? It's Caden Charles. Yes, sir!
Oh! He's just always being active defensively. He is looking for opportunities to create a steal.
Figueroa misses there. But an offensive board for Clark. Another board for Manning in the bucket. Wow. This has been a good matchup today. 3:45 left. Nighthawks up by 5. White, guarded by Manning. Through traffic, the feed, the shot, and Champion, the bucket.
So they get to shoot, is it because it's the second delay of game warning?
Golly Pete, guys. I'm having a hard time understanding this.
I think that the one official is trying to correct.
Yeah.
Or get better clarification.
Because I don't think it is delay if you are handing or passing the ball to an official. Oh, goodness. All right, so a determination is being made.
So are they killing the delay of game?
So now I don't know the result of the determination.
I was hoping we'd get a clarification.
Yeah. So, it's 3:32 to go. 64-57 in favor of North Georgia, but I still am not certain whether or not there are going to be foul shots for Flagler.
So when we come out of the timeout, if there are foul shots, that means the delay of game stuck.
Right.
Just never got clarification as to what the conversation was with the officials.
And it looks like there's going to be foul shots by Figueroa. And Figueroa gets it. And so Flagler with the ball. 64-58. 3:32 to go.
A Class B technical foul that doesn't count as a personal foul. Never heard of that one.
Just learned that because I've never heard it called. Charge on the Saints.
I think before the foul, they called a travel.
A travel?
Yeah.
All right, AJ with the ball. Let's get through this next 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Let's get a bucket right here.
Champion backing in on bar, fakes, shoots, and scores! Wow, what a shot.
He can use the pivot with the best of them.
Knight blocked by Charles. Champion to White, to Champion, blocked. At the other end, the shot no good. Champion battling, AJ comes up with it. 8-point lead for the Nighthawks. Clock rolls, 2:17 to play. AJ for three, you bet. (69-58).
Not as scared of the moment as he. First 11-point lead.
Collier tries to answer, he does. Stops the clock with 1:54 to play. 30-second timeout, we'll keep it right here. So, still a bunch of time with 1:54 to go. The lead is 8. I love the way that the Nighthawk defense has gone a long way toward determining where the momentum stays in the second half.
I mean, this is a team that can really score in big spurts, build very efficient post play, and great high efficiency from behind the three-point line. And they just scored their that three-point basket, just crested 60.
Yep.
And so a lot of times North Georgia doesn't get the credit they deserve defensively. But today they've done a really good job of making it hard on Flagler.
And they came in, had a travel there. We'll turn it right back over. Came in averaging 87 points a game.
Yeah. And so, you can say they've been on the road or this, that, and the other. We guard really well. We make it hard on teams.
Yep.
And when we needed to, long way to go to get this thing over with, but Flagler's never led.
Yep. Long three off the mark, offensive board. Blocked by Bastianoni, but a foul. Stops the clock with 91 seconds left.
Foul on Frank, yeah.
So his second. Barr settles in and hits that one. On the season, Barr, a 63% shooter at the line. Billups back in, Bastianoni to the bench. And that one no good. AJ double team, but still gets it across. Away to Charles. Caden drives, shoots, and scores.
Caden Charles just got into double figures there. See right there again, like there's a foul, not necessarily guarding the ball very well, but Caden had stunted hard enough to create another. He just gets his hands in the right spot.
And you've got to have a motor that runs at a pretty high RPM.
Yeah.
To consistently play that way.
No doubt. He has a motor. That's why he's playing at a high level right now.
71-63. Timeout taken with 1:02 to go, and the Nighthawks up by 8. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. So from here, the Nighthawks on the road for the midweek game, back home 1 week from today.
Georgia College on Wednesday. Give me just a second. Let's see if I can find out what's going on around the league. Georgia College today is down at Aiken. Looks like they're going to lose, down 17 with 3 to play. Clayton State Buford in Bluffton. Tough place to play, but Bluffton leads only by 2 as they ease into the second half. And then Columbus at Augusta has the Cougars trailing by 5 with about 7 minutes to go. So Georgia College looks like going to be on the short end of a road trip to Aiken. Always going to Milledgeville is a tough place to play. Anywhere in the PBC is a tough place to play, but midweek will be in Milledgeville, and then next Saturday, as you alluded to, home versus the Cougars.
53.4. Another 30-second timeout. AJ had worked his magic dribbling through the entirety of the Flagler team.
Yeah, he just said, I'm going to shoot free throws. You're going to foul me. I'm going to shoot free throws. I'm not necessarily passing it.
Right.
I don't think that was as much as I don't trust my teammates kind of thing, as then once he broke that initial pass way back in the corner, the full length of the court, he just had a head of steam, and it was easy just to kind of keep the basketball. So we're going to inbound here and probably immediately get fouled.
So it'll be Billups to inbound. And does so in the backcourt to Caden Charles. Caden is fouled by Figueroa. Second on Omar. Stops the clock with 50.2 and sends Mr. Charles back to the line.
Caden had like 4 points midway through the second half. I'm going to make these 2 free throws have 15.
There's the first. Looking to make it a 10-point ball game. And does. 73-63. And ball out of bounds to North Georgia. Billups slaps the ball, zips it in to Jones, who is fouled by Clark.
We're going to extend this game a while, looks like.
Yep. Second on Clark. The Nighthawks looking for their 18th win in 20 outings. Jones, that one would not go. He'll have one more. Settles in. And same result. Still a 10-point ball game. 40 seconds left. At the other end, the easy layup by Bachknight. 73-65. Billups gets it in to Charles. Caden up ahead to AJ, walking the tightrope. AJ away to Jones, back to White. Flagler foul, stopping the clock with 25. Coach Evans looking for further clarification.
He's been asking for a lot of clarification tonight. Not in a bad way. I just don't think that what has transpired. What has transpired is to his liking. Now I believe there's been a player ejection.
And that player is Mr. Barr. And he is heading to the locker room. And I'll be honest, I was not watching
It was something that he said, I believe. He was in AJ shooting. Who was shooting free throws? Was it AJ?
Yes.
Yeah, and so he was shooting free throws, and he was just lined up, and whatever he was saying did not sit well.
AJ calmly makes the technical foul shot. 74-65. He'll make another. 75-65. Now they'll bring the Saints back to the lane for the foul shots he was originally going to take. .27th point of the day for AJ.
Where's the extra free throw?
Hey, that should have been a 2. That had to have been a 2-shot foul.
They're saying that he shot the first one before the ejection.
Okay,
let's just get 19 seconds over with.
I really want to see the 19 seconds disappear.
I do think that he's right, though, in that the shot happened before the ejection. I'm just not sure that it was recorded on the scoreboard.
It was not.
Yeah.
It was not.
But I do think that the action occurred.
So that would have been the first of the original personal foul.
Common foul.
Ejection.
Stop, interrupt play.
Technical.
Resume, second shot of the common foul.
Right.
So the score theoretically should be 77-65.
Yeah. Because it did not get on the board. Okay, who has the ball? They are going to give him the last foul shot.
Now what? So what about down here? Was there a goaltend?
There was a foul called at this end on the shot.
Or was it a goaltend?
Okay, goaltend.
So that gave them their 64th and 65th point, and so now it's just our ball.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That actually should be their 66th and 67th point.
Interesting.
So, we fully believe that the final score is what's on the board.
Yep.
And that is now a final. As we have it on the board, 76-65. North Georgia improves to 18-2, 9-1 in conference play. Flagler drops to 13-7, 6-4 in the conference. A little bit of a convoluted finish to this ball game, but hats off to the Nighthawks. They did not trail today.
Yeah, never trailed. And really put their defensive will on the second half when we needed it. Flagler was a good team. Flagler poses a unique threat to teams. That they're a little bit atypical than the other PBC teams. So it is a good win for North Georgia.
Absolutely.
Anytime you can beat a 13-win team that has just beat a team that's tied for the PBC lead or right behind us, kudos and congratulations to Coach Evans' team on yet another victory.
Absolutely. We'll keep racking them up. A doubleheader sweep for the Nighthawks today against the Saints of Flagler. The final score in the men's game, North Georgia 76, Flagler 65. We will see you in 1 week's time. On behalf of Lee Glenn, the Nighthawk Sports Network team, I'm Craig Corbin saying good afternoon from Dahlonega.